Good afternoon, class. Today we'll be learning about cerebral palsy. Some characteristics of cerebral palsy is stiff muscles and floppy muscle tone, and some other characteristics are lack of coordination, delays in major milestones such as walking and talking. Some neurological characteristics are trouble hearing, seizures, and learning disabilities. Some causes are mutation in genes that lead to abnormal brain development, maternal infections that lead to affect the developing fetus, lack of oxygen to the brain related to difficult labor or delivery. Diagnosis, one is an MRI, which uses radio waves and a magnetic field to produce detailed 3D images of the brain. Also can often identify any lesions or abnormalities and is painless but very noisy. And here's a picture of the MRI machine. The next one is cranial ultrasound, which uses high-frequency sound waves to obtain images of the brain and is inexpensive. Treatments, such as medicines as isolated spasticity and generalized spasticity. Isolated spasticity helps improve drooling, so this one is a Botox that they use. The next one is general spasticity, which is an oral muscle relaxant and may relax stiff, contracted muscles. Other treatments are physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy, and recreational therapy. Classroom challenges are things such as moving on too fast. You don't want to move on too fast with a student with cerebral palsy because they might get confused or they might get behind. The way a classroom is set up, you don't want your classroom to be cluttered and a mess because then it's really hard for the student with cerebral palsy to get around. Social interaction, make sure that the student is interacting with peers and not just off by themselves. Accommodating, make use of the aid. So if you're not sure how the student with cerebral palsy does things, you can ask the aid. Work closely with a specialist. So when you work closer with them, you can be more prepared on what the student with cerebral palsy needs. Promote peer involvement, make them get involved with their peers and to have them sit in a group with their peers. Be patient in waiting for a response. Students with cerebral palsy will be a little slower with their responses, and you just need to show them that you're patient, and if you show them that you're impatient, it might just make their response go a little slower. Allow the student to participate in decisions. If the class is trying to decide on something, you make sure the student with cerebral palsy is in that decision. Social games. You want to make social games for them to be involved. If the student cannot be in a physical game, you can make up a social game. Assistive technology. One is the eye tracking device, which the eye contacts with a symbol or a letter for a short period of time to make the selection, and this is the eye tracking device right here. The next one is an electric communications board, and it allows the student to choose letters and words on a screen to verbally express thoughts and emotions. And here are my resources, and that is the end of the slideshow. Thank you.